Slam Seismic is in her basement, looking for holiday decorations. The hot water heater makes that popping noise it always does when the dishwasher is on. Slam hums along. She picks up the big fire safe, considers spinning it on her finger, then thinks better of it and places it down gently so she can get to the stuff behind it. 2 boxes, decorations and photo albums. The two always go hand in hand. Slam smiles as she opens up one of the oldest photo albums. It creaks like an old staircase. Black and white pictures of mountains, distant relatives in unfamiliar places, her mother, younger and much larger, right before she famously, according to family legend, hopped on a freight train heading southeast towards Boston. Then the Slam book, decorated by Slam at not much more than a year old with a great big paint-dipped thumbprint. The day of her birth, her first steps, those early birthdays, blending traditions. She leafed through the pages. Her first meeting of the Child Scouts. Everyone wearing uniforms but her. But she did get a hat. Big smile. Lots of Little League photos, this time with a uniform, courtesy of her coach's magic. She leafed through more of the album. The trip to the jewelry store, where she got her earrings thanks to a diamond-tipped rock drill. Peach, did you find it? I did, Mom. Slam grabbed the box and went upstairs. Days later.
Oh my God.
Somerville High School. Umpire Training Academy meeting. Level 1. Sports wing. Locker room. Snowy. Umpire Sweetwind at ease. Umpire Sweetwind is addressing the small but mighty collection of umpire trainees in the vocational program. I've been very pleased with how all of you have been doing with your theory study. Jolene, your work on the physics of weather has been terrific. Larjo, I appreciate your public outreach paper quite a bit. All of you, though, now have a new assignment, specifically a decision. I want you to settle on a specialty for the rest of the year. Off-field operations or on-field operations. Now, as a reminder, off-field operations involves weather prediction and interdiction, baseball policy, public relations, investigation, and league leadership. On-field operations involves being an umpire, calling balls and strikes, managing the chaos of Blaseball or Blittle League games, armored combat situations, and tactical assessments. And she kind of leaves it off there and kind of lets the question hang in the air for a little bit. Though Jolene and Larjo both say simultaneously off-field operations. To which Umpire Sweetwind nods and pulls out like a personal digital assistant of some kind. Not a phone per se, it's got a weird antenna on it, and she kind of types a few different things in. Zlobs.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Oh, many thoughts.
About your choice specifically.
Oh, yeah. I really like tactical assessment, so on field.
Sounds good. Boop. Yeah, she kind of taps something in. You feel... Give me 2d6 plus sharp.
Mm-hmm. Aha! 9.
You feel something. You don't know what. Maybe it's in your eye. But she typed something in, hit a button, and all of a sudden, something, just for a moment. And then kind of all the eyes settle on Slam. Slam has been over kind of this first semester incredibly assertive, kind of strong of opinion, unafraid to express herself. Generally, honestly, Zlobs, in your opinion, a tremendous caller of balls and strikes, as well as just an intimidating presence. And so you're looking, kind of expecting her to say on field, and she's not. She's just kind of thinking. Slam, anything? Any thoughts? Doesn't have to be today. Slam kind of nods her head back and forth. Yes, I do have a question. Time in the armor. Does that mean the training suit? Umpire Sweetwind, who, as you've all mentioned, is a tremendously empathetic person, kind of holds up a hand. A training suit, yes. Doesn't have to be this one. Everyone dismissed. Slam, let's chat for a little bit. Slam, yes, like Zlobs, you're kind of taking time, getting ready, about to head to class. And Slam kind of makes eye contact with you in a "would you mind sticking around" kind of way.
Well, I caught your wink. I'm winking back at you.
Got it. I'm returning your wink with a wink.
Clonk.
Ga-boom. It's like a director's slate. So yes. You kind of sit. Umpire Sweetwind and Slam look at each other, look at you. Slam nods at Umpire Sweetwind. But yeah. So Umpire Sweetwind starts addressing both of you, in fact. Well, I think I get to tell you about procurement now. The moment you both signed up for the program, I put in a request to Umpire HQ to begin building a custom suit for you, Slam, just in case you selected on field. For reasons that are, manufacturing at Umpire HQ is several months behind.
Oh, it's not someone named Umpire HQ.
No.
Oh, okay.
Though there is an Umpire HQ. She's serious business. One of the best we have. No, but it's not Umpire HQ's fault. It's the fault of Umpire HQ, the place/concept, not the umpire.
Okay.
Resources, procurement, allocations, that kind of
tell
thing.
me about it. That's at least a part of being in the tactical office. Blech.
No. Quite. So that's where we're at right now. Slam slumps ever so slightly. Are either of you aware of the Great Chicago Blaseball Fire? The story of how it started is lost to history, though there's speculation it began during a scrimmage between the Sunbeams and the Tigers many, many decades ago. In an attempt to stop the fire, Chicago invested heavily and rapidly in firefighting, giving rise to the Chicago firefighters and the equipment they used.
No, that makes sense.
Something crucially important for those in off-field operations to know, but I will give you both a pass for not knowing it immediately. There's something that was built back then that I think would be of use right now. Now, I can't exactly say what it is, because if I did, that would give the both of you ideas on how to get it, or
Isn't
that you should be getting it.
Yeah, shouldn't we get it? Right, Sam? Shouldn't we be getting this thing? It sounds cool.
I agree we should be getting it. This sounds like a great idea. I am a duly appointed umpire. My responsibility is to the grand consortia of umpires whose job is crucial and important to the literal fabric of the world. So I can't encourage you two trainees to do anything illegal. What I will say, however, is that the Umpire HQ logistical issues that they're facing cannot, nor should, in any way interfere with the training of a potential future umpire in Slam Seismic.
Are you winking?
She takes off her glasses and winks.
Ah, okay, good. I wink at her. I wink at Sam.
I'm going to say two unrelated words. What you choose to do with those two words is up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say, of course, that we have a long weekend coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora
Mm-hmm.
and Chincoteague.
Aurora and
Dismissed.
I immediately I press the assemble the team button on my watch.
Boo, 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 boo. And yeah. Zlobs, Morgan, Darby, Mindy, and Slam Seismic. The five of you are somewhere. Where are you?
On horses in Chincoteague.
Oh my god.
Time jump.
That was fast.
Yeah, we're in Chincoteague, Virginia. We are atop horses, and we're riding along the dusty road. What are you going to do about it, John?
He said open sandbox in the pre-show.
Okay. Okay.
You said
Gonna
do
just
whatever
skip
we want.
ahead to full pages of notes. All kinds of things.
Oh, man.
Interesting things. Darby, give me 2d6 plus... Oh, hell. All right. Let me tell you real quick about Chincoteague. Because you're there.
We already know.
Oh
We
god.
already know we're there.
Yeah, a place full of trauma. A trauma place.
Wow. Chincoteague is an island. It is surrounded by marshland. And you're there on horses. Whether you are on the island or in the marshland surrounding the island is very much going to depend on this role. The reason why is that Chincoteague is essentially a military base. While not the most heavily fortified place in all of Blaseball, it's up there. Why? Because the umpire training school is there, as is their armor works, as is their headquarters nationally, their museums, their archives, and a truly massive amount of personnel, all umpires. So, getting there is a whole adventure. One that we don't have to worry about.
We got there, no problem.
Yeah,
We got there shockingly no problem at all.
Yada, yada, yada,
we're
over
teenagers, John.
You yada 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 it. But the entirety of the peninsula that Chincoteague rests off of, Chincoteague the island rests off of, is a no-fly zone. For the simple reason that this is crucially important to the fabric of Blaseball. Part of how you got there did indeed involve horses. And so the five of you were there
As a team.
on horses as a team. So you're either over the bridge and on the grounds, or you're not. So, Darby, if you were to ride horses onto the island, you would have to do so through, like, marshy swamp that's almost certainly booby-trapped or surveilled. Or you'd have to go over a bridge that is guarded like a fortress gate. Mm-hmm. So those are pretty much the two ways in. So how do you want to get in, and what do you want to roll to get in?
Ooh. I want to go through the marshes because I think that we can outwit any traps, because we have these horses that know, like, they know this area so well because they were actually initially wild horses. Yeah, so we can, between our ingenuity as former Little Leaguers and then the horses' innate knowledge of the marshland, we can do it.
Okay.
And then, so to roll, I think it should be tough.
Of course you do. I'm not going to let you roll an outwit roll with tough.
Maybe
I will give you...
I could keep an eye out for traps.
Sure.
I could be observing.
Yes, we'll have you... This is going to be a help out roll. Oh. So, Mindy, give me 2d6 plus cool.
Oh. Gosh, I've made it worse, haven't I? Well, let's see before I jump to conclusions. Yep, just as I suspected. 6.
I see. Okay. Mindy, this place has defenses that you've only seen a few times in your life. This place is essentially, it's got cameras, it's got sensors, it's got heat vision, but it's also got wards. Magical, maybe. Psychic, maybe a bit of both. So really, what that 6 represents is the more you learn about actually getting through the swamps and onto the fort, the scarier it is. So, Darby, the end result is you need to roll 2d6 plus sharp. It was going to be a -1 because it's really hard. It's now an additional -1 because of all of the horrible stuff that Mindy has discovered about the approaches.
I helped.
Okay. I am not worried at all, because my trusty steed is going to give me a 12. Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. That's...
minus 2.
Sorry, that's an 11. -2 would be a 9, but then I have a +1, so it's a 10.
Whoa.
I've got +1 to sharp.
Well, there we go.
The look of a bested man right there.
We're on horses. We're in the swamp. We're through the swamp. We're in Virginia.
We had quite a few weeks off. And so I really cracked my knuckles and built some stuff. However, we live in an age of miracles. Yes. In a display that comes right out of an old Western or maybe a Cold War era spy novel, 5 tactically inclined people, a tactical expert,
Genius.
a wizard, an angel, a psychic, and a 2-ton rock creature sneak through montage style the bug and trap infested marshes of the Virginia coast, avoiding drones, avoiding patrols on little riverboats. We see, quick flashes of, like Zlobs keeping everybody in formation and getting real low on the horses at just the right time. Darby sensing some kind of chained evil that is kept like some kind of hellish watchdog, and you banish it away. Mindy, you fill the minds of the people on patrol with strange discordant thoughts. Morgan, you're short-circuiting drones and wiping their memory sticks. Slam is, physically lifting trees and holding them up over you. And sure enough, you start getting out of the muck and the mire and onto the sandy, rocky shores of Chincoteague Island. You almost miraculously approach right up to the rear of the bleachers of one of 4 practice fields on the island. So you are undercover from the bleachers. There are 3 practice fields and then one essentially full stadium. Like an honest to goodness, the size of the Boston Garden, full Blaseball stadium.
Wow.
It is decidedly unique. The entire thing has a dome on it that looks like a catcher's mitt, or an umpire's mask facing upwards.
Whoa.
It's made of these big slabs, these big granite slabs, all sand-colored. But yeah, you're looking across a Blaseball field towards the walls of that. There are, there are searchlights just scanning the horizon. You hear the sound of patrol boats in the distance. And the 5 of you are all here, tucked in under these bleachers, trying to figure out what to do. Now, why, of course, are you in Chincoteague, Virginia? Let's flash back in time. A couple days earlier, all of you getting debriefed from Slam and Zlobs. Mm-hmm. Slam, though, Slam is about as emotionally open as you've ever seen her in the admittedly short time. She
Oh, what did you do?
kind of sure that I'm pretty sure that the umpire suggested
it sounds you glitched out for just a second, sir.
So yeah, umpire. So Slam explains to all of you. Umpire Sweetwind more or less told me that I have her blessing to do some stealing, and I don't know what to do with this information, and I can't think of anyone to ask but the 4 of you, because I think you're the most trustworthy people I know, and I don't want to put you on the hook for anything, but I also don't know where to start. She said the words Chincoteague and Aurora, and I think I know what Chincoteague is, but Aurora I don't know.
Well, lucky for you, Slam, we've done some stealing before.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not suggesting that you have to do any stealing for me. I just, unless you want to, but I would be more than willing to do some stealing in the name of my education with your help.
Make sure you wink.
Could you
Why are y'all winking?
Oh, it's to say that it's okay to steal. It's like having a second meaning to what you're saying. That it's like, yeah, I'm not stealing. Wink. That it's bad. It's a bad thing. Wink.
I'm not comfortable with stealing.
Why don't we start just by learning what it is we might be stealing?
Procuring.
Procuring.
Oh, procuring. Yeah.
Oh, well, if it's procuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's learn more about what it might be that we're procuring. Slam, do you
Yeah.
know anything else besides Aurora and Chincoteague? Was there any context?
No, I think umpires. Oh, I wonder if this is a test. Maybe this is a test for us because we're on field operations. Oh,
Oh, okay. I was gonna be
I don't
like,
know.
I don't know, but procuring for a test, that makes more sense.
Well, I don't. Well, maybe I'm biased here because I want this to be a test instead of me committing a crime. But also, this really should be on the umpires themselves to be able to afford me protection if I'm supposed to go out onto the field. So really, I don't know what to believe. Suffice it to say, I'm angry enough to consider doing some kind of crime or test, depending on what this ends up being by the time we're done.
Wait,
Well,
why are you
Slam,
angry?
if there's even a chance that this could be a test, then you need to do whatever it takes. You can't risk doing poorly on a test.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
No, unless the test
Zlobs, I'm
is-
sorry if I am angry. I don't want my
No, I'm
anger
just
to
wondering.
trick me into thinking this is a test when it is in fact not a test.
Well, it seems like, okay, so Umpire Sweetwind has been very, I would say, not harsh, but very by the rules. Very understanding, but also very by the rules. And this is very much unlike her. And like, this is, unless it was an imposter, which I don't think so, that she wanted us to take this thing. I'm sorry, procure this thing. So I'm
Why
on your
can't-
side.
Why can't the umpires procure it themselves? Did she say?
What? No, she didn't. She's very vague. But we're umpires, kind of, right?
Maybe that's something we have to figure out too.
Maybe this is like a coming of age thing for all umpires.
Maybe this is a coming of age thing for all of us.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think we should go to the library.
Which one?
Research?
Yeah. What's wrong, Zlobs?
Maybe
I just, you know how I need a library buddy to prevent catastrophic events from occurring in the library to ruin the education for all the school in perpetuity for the next 10 years because of destructive behaviors and negligence.
I
Yeah, that
can't
was
get
a
you in.
lot
I'm
of
in the
air
literary
quotes.
guild.
I know, but I need a buddy. Who's gonna be my buddy?
I'll be your buddy this time, Zlobs.
Okay, I take out when to get there. I take the you know how like library keys have like bathroom keys like attached to like a clipboard. Well, there's a clipboard, but it's also a handcuffs, and I handcuff me and Morgan together.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a 5-foot chain, and it's like handcuff on one end, then 2.5 feet later a clipboard, then 2.5 feet later the other handcuff.
I would
Sure.
have offered
So
to be Zlobs' buddy, but I can't risk any damage to my reputation as a hall monitor.
Ouch! Wow, your reputation.
things have been.
What?
Yeah, so so Zlobs and Morgan are walking through the hallway together. Darby is kind of walking, kind of doing calculations in her head. Slam is walking, kind of looking inwardly. And Mindy, you're kind of escorting them all through the hall. Lisa Lemonwedge sees you. She's in her full uniform. She kind of nods. You nod back. You see her kind of dip your pinky into the top of her brain just to see, it's like, is she judging me for essentially escorting handcuffed people through the school? Is my friendship with Zlobs some kind of liability? Like, you have a bunch of very negative, intrusive thoughts that you try to push out. You're just very, very aware of your reputation with the hall monitors right now.
Did Lisa seem approving of me keeping an eye on Zlobs in the library, or maybe approving of me leading the way through the library? Like, clearly I know the school. Was there any positivity I could glean from that? moment?
2d6 plus weird.
9.
Generally positive, you think. If anything, your guess is Lisa is just waiting for a moment for you to really do something big to help the school.
Well, her and me both.
Oh.
And so, sure enough, you all head up to the library. It is busy in here. It's midday. There's a lot of people with a free period right now. So plenty of people are up there. Some literary guild folks are up here, kind of doing some extemporaneous speaking on topics. And it's really the place to be. So you're in the enrichment wing in the massive, well-appointed library.
It's also Daniel's father's hot chocolate day, which happens once a week.
The smell of the hot chocolate, because it's not just like you've got the hot chocolate, but it's just a base. From there, you can add caramel. You could add peppermint. You can shave white chocolate on top. He's got a whole setup. He's there, Darby. You kind of steer everyone away, or else you'd be locked into like a 20-minute conversation about how your week is going. But sure enough, you will kind of cloister yourself in a corner with a research terminal and an online Dewey Decimal System or Dewey Decimal System, and you're going to try to do some research here. So, who wants to what's the approach to research? How do you want to do it? Who wants to roll, and what are you rolling?
Maybe I should roll, and I'm going to approach this by, I think, searching by keyword. We have Chincoteague, Umpire, and Aurora, I think are great places to start. And anywhere that those three intersect, I think is a really great lead.
Sounds good. That's going to be 2d6 plus sharp, and I will give you a +1 for both the good idea and the fact that you're in the library right now.
Yes! The library, my favorite place. That's going to be a 13.
Good heavens. Okay.
Nice.
Well, then I can just read verbatim what I have. Mindy Mathers, like a dynamo of research, just typing, cross-referencing, stripping out bad keywords. Within minutes, she sends you all off to kind of pull books down from the library, as well as, you're pulling up kind of stuff on the microfiche and all that. And Mindy cobbles together this story. The Aurora A. Built by Central Ceramics of Aurora, Illinois, the Aurora A was proposed, designed, and prototyped in a mere 72 hours in response to the Great Chicago Blaseball Fire. It was built around 3 concepts: maximum durability, maximum heat resistance, and the rescue hammer, a demolition tool that could break through any door and most walls. Though many were lost during the fire, a few still remain. A12 is housed in the Aurora Fire Museum. A3 and A16 have been in continuous usage by the Chicago-based umpires for parade duty. The most notable A remaining was the AS, made specifically for the famed umpire Sedgwick, the Great Bear of the Ozarks, one of the most fearsome umpires of his era. It is stored at the Umpire Training Facility in Chincoteague, Virginia.
That feels like the toughest one to get. And we're already in Virginia.
The Aurora AS, to kind of put a coda on your research, you found a picture, Mindy, pulled it up on the screen, and just for dramatic effect, projected it onto a wall from the onboard projector. You have seen umpire armor. You have also seen it used by rogue umpires. They stand 6.5 feet tall. They're like these giant diving bells covered in weapons and sensors and things like that. That's modern, powered umpire armor. The Aurora AS is one of the first suits of umpire armor ever built, because it was built in response to a crisis. It's the first true umpire armor. It is 9 feet tall. There are no powered actuators in it, no sensors, just unbelievably thick steel and ceramic armor. And to wield it, to use it, you would either have to be a 7.5 foot tall black bear from the Ozarks or slam Seismic.
Oh. It all comes together.
Mm-hmm.
Umpire Sweetwind did not specifically say you need to steal this. However, Umpire Sweetwind seems really, really pissed off that whatever the umpires are doing did not allow them to provide special accommodation for an umpire in training.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's not cool.
Yes, Slam needs to be able to participate to the same degree as everyone else.
The rescue hammer, by the way, the head of it is the size of a grandfather clock.
Whoa.
Wow.
And built into the armor. Slam is just looking at it, eyes wide.
You could be the slam hammer. You could be a slam
The
jack.
slammer.
You can be a flapjack, but slam jack flapjack.
You know, I've spent a lot of my life not worrying about what I need to wear, because it's always been so hard to find something to wear.
Oh.
If the help you give me ends right now, you've already done enough. But I'm going to go to Chincoteague, Virginia.
Well, you're not going alone.
Can I attempt to use a library computer to, I don't know, maybe hack into a server at the Umpire Training Academy?
And you're a hack.
Certainly worth a try. Towards what end?
Just to get like a kind of an all, an a full map of the premises.
Gotcha. That's going to be investigate a mystery. I'm going to give you a -1 because this is a secure server on essentially a military base. But that's going to be 2d6 plus sharp.
With a -1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that is gonna be a 12.
Oh my god.
All right. With a 12, you get 3 options. You can ask 2 questions from the Investigate a Mystery list. You could ask 1 question phrased however you want it, including a demand like, give me the whole layout. Or, because you rolled a 12, you can figure out the big secret behind Umpires in Blaseball.
We can figure it out when we get there. Let's go with the big secret.
Wow.
We'll find. I mean, obviously, we're getting the big secret. We will figure everything else out on the road. What's the big secret?
Oh my god.
There has always been a tension between umpires and players. Justifiably so, since often umpires kill blaseball players. But this tension is not because necessarily umpires are evil or go mad with power. It's because when you do this, when you enter into blaseball, as a player, a coach, an umpire, you are giving your life to it, and it's service until retirement, and sometimes retirement means death. Everyone that commits themselves to blaseball does it because blaseball must be played. If not, a grand calamity of some type befalls everything. The umpires have on very good authority that a collection of players, well, a few players and some other folks involved in ancillary blaseball adjacent organizations are in the midst of doing something that will be catastrophic in its very nature. There's this whole, you are going into weird, unindexed, hyper-secretive files.
On a library computer.
On a library computer. And so, this entire, the whimsy of doing this is starting to, simmer down into just, this absolute horror of what you are doing and what you are seeing. But what you see is a collection of names. Some of them you know because they are blaseball players. Some of them you know because they are former Blittle Leaguers. And one of them you know because it's Renard. They are all doing something right now that's going to bring something into this world. The umpires are doing something themselves. They are not making any more power armor suits because the entirety of their manufacturing strength is going towards building a suit to combat whatever the players are up to.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. Can I hit print?
It's one of the old printers that's incredibly loud, that have the perforations on the side that you have to peel off.
Oh, I can't wait to peel those off.
I'm going to let Darby peel those off, and then can I add that to my inventory?
Yes. Everything is under, these are, hyper secure blaseball documents, redacted, level 5 umpire authority. At one point, when just as things are done being printed out, Darby, you see like the screen flicker and you see a little alert. It's like, user and then a whole bunch of alphanumerics has logged on, and you're like, that's not me, and you just turn off the computer.
Okay.
Yikes. I don't think Zlobs and I were there for that.
No. Yeah, we were by the hot chocolate machine or station.
Yeah,
Darby?
Daniel is talking to you all about what his weekend plans are. There's going to be sledding. Like, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
Darby?
Mindy,
Darby?
are they prepping for a war? What is happening?
I don't know.
I shred the perforated edges so no one knows we even use the printer.
Yeah, good idea. That'll definitely cover the paper trail.
Zlobs,
Okay,
even
do you
for
think-
you, that is enough hot chocolate.
No, well, it's not about the chocolate. It's about what you put on top of the chocolate and in the chocolate and around the chocolate. It's really a vehicle for everything else. And there's literally a pile.
Yeah, there's Morgan, you don't know where Zlobs got it, but there's a wooden skewer with like mini hamburgers and chicken wings sticking out of the hot chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
We're handcuffed together. Where did you even obtain that?
It was under my hat.
Oh.
Darby,
I always have hat food.
I really don't think I was supposed to see that this time.
I don't think so either.
Should we tell Zlobs about Renard? Renard being on the list?
Yeah, I think we should, because it's just going to be worse if we don't tell him, and then later he finds out that we knew something like this.
Oh God.
And maybe he could talk to Renard one day.
I don't know. I think we have to tell them, because I can't keep secrets from Zlobs anymore. But this is going to be a tough weekend for him, Darby. Finding out about Renard, and do you know that
Maybe
he
Renard has reasons for whatever he's doing, though.
I'm sure he has reasons.
Well, maybe they're good
Zlobs
ones.
could reason with him. Renard loves Zlobs. Or at least Zlobs loves Renard.
Zlobs, do you have any hat pizza?
Of course I do. Of course I do. Also, hey, Mr. Father, do you have the envelope I asked you for?
Oh, yes, of course. It's right here.
Thank you so much. Morgan, we need to talk about this envelope.
Oh, what's in the envelope?
Follow me behind this covert wall of books. All right, this is your dossier on all of the literary guild members and how they would vote for you or not vote for you. Have you made a decision yet?
I'm gonna run.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it.
Zlobs, Morgan, 2d6 plus sharp. One
together?
of you, whoever's feeling lucky. Nah, just one of you. Who's
Can we do one each?
Yeah, one each.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay. All right, middling. You hear the sound of a metal spoon banging against the sides of a mug, and you look up, and it is Wax Zlobs, who's just watching this conversation.
Oh, hey, Zlobs.
Z2, what's up?
Hey,
How much of that did you hear?
all of it.
Oh. Okay.
Does anyone want this hot cocoa? I can't drink or eat anything.
Oh, yes, please. But pour it in.
Your secret's safe with me until, of course, you make a loud announcement, at which point I'm joining your team.
Happy to have you, Z2.
I'm a social media maven.
I think the main thing, Darby, is just that we shouldn't tell him before we go to Shingati, because I don't know if this has come up, but Zlobs has a bit of a trauma in Chincoteague. But I think that if everything goes really well, then when we come back, he'll be feeling proud and we'll have the suit that we went for, and maybe even something will get resolved for him. And that way we can open up a new wound. Well, no, I mean, that way we can be honest with him tactfully, and he can decide what that means for his own. Why are you?
I don't
this
know.
feels like a good way to go about it.
Because I think that maybe Zlobs would heal more through a mission when he has something to focus on and to channel his energy into.
So you think we should tell him before? So we're going to say, okay, Zlobs, Renard is evil, and off we to go to Chincoteague.
I don't know that he's evil.
You know what, Morgan? I feel like I've been really blessed lately that things have been going really nice for me. I went through so much as a 10 and 11-year-old.
Yeah.
It's just been really nice, and having something like this to focus on really brings me joy to really stretch myself in like new ways, new tactical ways, and I feel like I'm really growing as an individual. And thank you for being my friend.
Wow. Thanks, Zlobs. Maybe you could channel that positivity into my campaign.
Oh no, I'm gonna. Are you committing?
I'm committing.
You committing to campaign manager Zlobs?
I'm committing to campaign manager Zlobs. I'm sure
I'm
you'll do a
gonna
great
run that
job.
like an iron fist. So no chance there. I'm gonna make you president whether you like it or not.
Oh, no, what have I done? Let's go find Mathers and O'Darcy.
Yeah.
All right, Darby. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
what to
we
do.
just tell him just like a little bit, and we don't have all the information yet, so we can just give him. We don't have to say anything about like evil or calamities or just maybe
Just that he's
misguided.
up to something.
He's up to something. That's a great phrase.
And that if Zlobs becomes an umpire, that he's going to be destined to try and take down his former mentor.
Maybe not take down, but bring him back into the
Destroy.
fold, or help him see.
Mindy and Darby hear the tinging on a glass behind. There's wax Zlobs.
What?
He's really
Right.
quiet.
How WZ Dubs how you doing?
Good.
How much of what
All
have
of
you
it.
heard in jeez. Oh jeez.
Hey, WZ, how about you go ahead and what do you say about not telling anybody about what we just said?
Someone take this hot cocoa from me. It's very warm.
I'll take it.
Your hands have misshapen a little.
Do you need any
good.
help?
You're throwing them back up.
I
Okay.
got him.
Wow, that's.
I
a
just like
neat
the
trick.
sound.
Oh God.
Okay. So WZ, what do you say about maybe not telling anybody ever at all?
2d6 plus charm.
Please don't do this. Sir, I know we cheated at your game a little bit. You don't have to do this. Okay. All right. Yeah, good. 2.
I gotta go.
Well, I think that makes our decision for us, Mindy.
Yeah, we should tell him now before the entire school finds out. And to the chat, no, you're correct. I can't do anything mentally to Wax Zlobs. Wax Zlobs is my kryptonite
Pure
in every
wax.
sense of the word. I can't do anything to his mind.
Hey,
No
Mathers and
bumps,
O'Darcy.
no ridges, just wax and a soul.
No bumps, no ridges, just wax in the soul.
Hey, O'Darcy. Hey, Mathers.
Hey, Morgan,
I
what's
found
up?
out your little secret that you all have been trying to get me to run for student council. I am running for student council.
Yes.
I've
goodness.
Zlobs, my campaign manager.
That was our biggest secret.
That was so
I
big.
hand
It's a big
Mindy
one.
and Darby a big sheaf of paper with like pre-made Morgan flyers. Yeah, I already had these made up. If you can start passing around, putting these in like classrooms, we really want to really pop with the announcement and start with a lot of momentum. Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't you on my campaign?
Oh,
Yeah, I hand Mindy and Darby business cards with their
What am
roles
I?
on them.
You know, Zlobs is
They're
having
embossed.
Zlobs is having a really solid year, and I just want someone with a lot of positivity to be the face of my campaign. I hope that doesn't offend y'all any.
Zlobs.
No,
No, not at all.
you don't want me as the face of
It's
your
it's
campaign.
like
No,
I never knew about politics until Morgan started talking to me about it, and how it's just a big tactical battlefield, except it's all about words instead of bullets. It's about platforms and ideas instead of tanks and poisonous gases.
Zlobs, did you come up with these jobs for us yourself?
Yes, read them.
So you're the campaign manager,
Mhm.
and you've decided I am the whisper campaign manager.
and I'm the muscle.
Yeah.
What do you
Are
think?
either
we're
you
gonna-
surprised with that? I mean,
No, I can't.
come
help
on.
it.
No, makes sense.
Yeah.
This is a great strategy.
Yeah, this is like one of the good things I'm good at is strategy.
Is anyone else working on the campaign?
I think WZ thinks that he is, but don't let him run social media. He's
Yeah,
really
don't let him
bad.
on social media. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. He's just there by name. He overheard us, so
Yeah.
we owe him a favor. But just like casually steal him away.
Speaking of overhearing, funny you should say that. Slobs, we just overheard something in writing that
What?
we
You mean
We-
read? You read
We
something?
overheard something via reading it from writing.
Overread it.
We
overread
overread
it.
something. And boy, did we.
yeah. We got some information we probably aren't supposed to have because Mindy's like too good at getting information. And Zlobs, we got to talk to you about it. Have you talked to Renard anytime lately, Zlobs?
He took me out to TGI Fridays recently.
Oh God.
Did he like talk to you about anything that's like any of his current projects or what's on his mind or
Any sort of conjuration?
Yeah, actually,
or-
now you mention it, he was been really like he's surprised how much he likes doing upholstery. That's pretty
what's
cool.
upholstery?
It's when you like take like a furniture and you put like
Yeah,
like cloth on it.
That's very cool.
that is very
Yeah.
cool.
And Zlobs, you know that we would do anything for you.
That's very kind.
And we've got your back.
Thank you. I
We're
have
your best
back.
friends through it all.
Yeah, I love you all. You're all such amazing people. I'm having a great time. Life has been so nice lately. I'm glad I'm through the worst of it. Except puberty. That's hard, but I'm dealing with it one day at a time.
Well,
Compared-
look. Okay.
Compared to
So
what, Morgan?
Compared to Sunman, I mean, puberty.
Oh my goodness. When you have yourself trying to kill yourself because you killed your friends. I'm glad that's in
Well,
the past.
So, look, Zlobs, there's no easy way to say this, but Renard seems to be Renard seems to be a part of some sort of what I might call a diabolical plot. I might call it a diabolical plot, Zlobs, that Renard is a part of.
Or just a plot that we are suspicious of, or at least the umpires are.
That all umpires are suspicious of and trying to stamp out. So anyone who becomes an umpire would be sort of sworn against the
Zlobs, are you okay?
plot of.
Zlobs?
Zlobs passes out.
Ow. Ow. Zlobs, I shake my hand.
He's got to find a.
We need to.
Better
Does
way
anyone
of
have a chicken
processing
skewer?
news.
Does anyone have a chicken skewer?
Wait,
Any
I'll
kebabs
take
in the
one from.
library?
I'll take one from under his hat.
You just put it under his nose. That should work.
Yeah. Well,
Zlobs.
I just had this
Just
bad.
take a second and chew the chicken. Okay. So, now that we know this about Renard,
Well, how do you know this for sure? Did you read his mind?
no.
That's a good point.
read some classified materials from Chincoteague, Virginia.
Zlobs passes out again.
Oh. You know what?
Okay.
Maybe we should pull the car around.
I'll slowly start dragging Zlobs towards the car.
I don't know where he keeps his like scope communication device, so I'm just gonna start yelling at like different body parts and saying, "Scope, scope, are you there?" Around on his wristwatch, maybe in his
2d6
pocket.
plus sharp.
Is really? Where's the darn thing? Okay, 10.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, eventually there's
Oh, it's in his sunglasses.
citizens in the sunglasses.
I should have known.
This is Scope.
Hi, Scope. This is Mindy. It's great to hear from you.
The sunglasses picked up a Zlobs passing out sound. Has
Correct.
Zlobs passed out?
He has. Zlobs is currently indispensable. Can you please pull the car around?
I pull the car around whenever I hear that thunk. I am outside.
Let's.
Okay.
Yeah,
I pick up Zlobs.
Yes, indispensable. Zlobs is indispensable. Thank you, chat. Load him up.
Well, I mean, I'll
And,
get him from here.
And so you pick him up, and
Can't have the
what
candidate
follows?
carrying a Zlobs.
No. What follows are conversations, a lot of passing out, a lot of reviving, a lot of planning, a lot of travel, a lot of adventures, and eventually an arrival via horseback in Chincoteague, Virginia.
Zlobs has been in a really prickly mood, so we've all been extra careful to be really, really patient and kind and caring and bring extra snacks. Right, Morgan?
Yeah, oddly enough, I still we waited till we got to Chesapeake for me to remove the handcuff. But we did have a ton of snacks inside the car, inside the Blunderbird, and we've just been feeding it to him. I've got a satchel on my horse I named Peony, and I've been throwing various grocery store candies.
Mm-hmm. And I have a small portable ice box where I've been carrying some frozen burritos and rotating them out slowly so they're hitting the crucial point of half frozen that Zlobs likes them at the right time for him to have a nice burrito.
A burrito.
Mm-hmm. So all of this is happening. You all kind of let the horses either wander, or you try to communicate with them to get them to stay in one place. But suffice it to say, you've made it to your destination. You kind of let the horses do what they do. And so now the five of you and various snacks are clustered under the bleachers in Chincoteague in the middle of the night. You come in with literally no logistics on this place. So you know it's an island. You have aerial photos. That's about it. So, yeah, you're all kind of there trying to figure out, okay, well, what exactly is the game plan for 5 teenagers on a military installation that's currently working on some massive project that's top secret that you now know about? And that's when you hear gunfire in the distance. On the away bleachers, on this practice field in Chincoteague, taking in the starlight, is a prospective umpire that has accelerated a few years. She's not much older than all of you. Should be in high school, in point of fact, if age was the only gauge. But her brashness and fearlessness have pushed her straight through the high school vocational programs, and now she's in Chincoteague, on pace to be one of the youngest umpires in all of Blaseball. She squeezes the box of Sorrento Splash that she was drinking, and it all kind of rushes up the straw and into her mouth. And she crumples it and puts it in the pocket of her umpire Chincoteague Year 1 jumpsuit. She heaves a heavy sigh. She listens for the sound of crickets and horses, but instead she hears voices. Hushed voices. Voices she hasn't heard in years. And the last time she did, they were also speaking in hushed tones. In the Mystic Library.
Oh, no. No.
Apple Ortiz smiles, pulls out her phone, and texts Bonfire. You will never guess who I just saw.
Oh no! She hates us. Hates our guts.
Oh,
What a horrible
boy.
position to be in.
We'll end it right there.
Oh my gosh. Are you
Stop.
awake yet?
Yeah. Sometimes when I get panicky, sometimes I pretend like I'm passed out and just want a moment to reflect.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's fair. Do you have the handcuff keys?
No. It's on the clipboard.
Great. Then I guess I'll just relax with you.
Okay. What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about how my wrist hurts.
Oh, me too.
Thank you for being my campaign manager.
Oh. I hope you don't regret it. I'm going to make sure you win.
Okay.
Now, what are you thinking about?
Now I'm really worried.